Hey guys, this is World of Tanks with Hachiman, and uh, I did a video a couple weeks ago about the OODA Loop. It was a little bit of a boring video, but I promised some follow-ups showing the OODA Loop in action, and I hadn't made any, primarily because all the video replays I was going to use went haywire when they rolled out 9.8. So I had to kind of start over, and this one was a really good one. You can see we're on Arctic region, Tier 6 battle. I'm platooned with Thermo and Alex. We're all in Tier 6 mediums. And XVM gives us a 42% chance to win. Now here's where the OODA Loop starts, and that's with XVM. If you don't have XVM, you need to get XVM. Okay? And it's not about believing that chance to win. It's not about seeing who's a unicum and who isn't, though to some extent that's part of it. But it's about looking at the makeup of the team, knowing how good the players are on your team, knowing how good they are in their tank. Okay, we have 5 heavy tanks on our team, and this is where it began. I looked at XVM, and this is how I decided what we were going to do in this game. I looked at XVM and said that we have an M6 with a 453 WN8 and a 46% win rate in 1,000 games in his tank. We have a TOG 2 with a 416 WN8, 39% win rate. We have a VK3601H with a 384 WN8. The numbers just get worse. 42% win rate. Our KV1 has a 576 WN8, still below average, 44% win rate in 400 games in a KV1, and then a T1 heavy tank with an 18 WN8. 18, okay? So what I said, and we got Churchill 1 who's unrated, what I said to Thermo and Alex is we're charging what is typically known as heavy alley in the southeast, in this region right here, and the reason we're doing it is because our heavies, frankly, are not very good at all, and I don't trust them to do what they need to do to help us win this game. We're going to do it, because the flip side is the enemy team only has 2 heavy tanks, a KV2 and a Churchill 1, neither of which are very good players, frankly. Sorry, mini-map error right there. ELC AMX charges ahead, spots the Cromwell, takes a hit from him. The Cromwell's on the lower level, and the Ram 2 is headed there as well. So I say, taking the lower level. I make the turn, because I know I can take those guys on, especially with support. I got Thermo right behind him. Very good in his Fury. Alex stays in the upper level, which is smart. You have to have covering fire in both places. Coming around, get the Ram 2 immediately. I'm just going to bruise it out with him if I have to. If I got to go toe-to-toe with him, I will, because I do more damage faster, and I got Thermo backing me up. I take a second hit from him, get the kill, then I said very quickly, get the Cromwell, get the Cromwell. So the Crommies got me and Thermo down here, and Alex coming down from them on top, plus the ELC AMX. Just like that, we're up 2-0. Quick, decisive action based on the information that's available to us. Observe, orient, decide, act. Period. OODA. Churchill 1 coming down. KV2 coming down. I'll take on a Churchill any day in this tank, especially driven by a guy in a 207 WN8. Know your enemy. I do back up a little bit, though, because I don't want to be the center of his attention. KV2 is a concern, so I start to back up, but so does Thermo. Unfortunately, we get stuck on each other a little bit. I moved forward, said to Thermo, go up, and he said, no, I'm okay, I'm going to go this way. KV2 fires, don't know what he was shooting at, don't care. You see that red box right next to the Churchill's health? That's a marker that I've got through my mod pack that colors based on WN8. Without looking at this screen, I can tell very quickly that Churchill is a very low-rated player. He's not very good, and I am sure I can exploit that. So I move up just enough. I miss one shot, Thermo hits him, then I just zoom in on the turret. And he's not moving because he's trapped. I've got the flat spot of his turret on his Churchill 1, and I'm just going to pound him, and pound him, and pound him. Leaving him with 2 hit points till he backs up. I move forward just slightly to finish him off. The KV2 is there. I move up to take a shot just quickly. I wasn't trying to pin him, I was trying to goad him into shooting. And Alex is calling for help up top against an AT2. The KV2 is not a priority now, because he's going to take so long to come around this corner and get up this hill, I can minimize him. He's in a bad position. I don't need to worry about him anymore. Let's go deal with the AT2, who is a very tough tank and played by a pretty good player. Unfortunately, by the time I get up there, the M6 gets the kill. So now I'm going to go over the top on the KV2, because KV2's gun elevation and depression is not very good, and Alex is taking the frontal approach because the KV2 did just fire. Alex hits him twice. I lock on because I've got his side in return. I don't need to aim this shot to pen. He did shoot Alex, but he must have been using the 122, not the 152, so he was even less of a threat than we thought. Speed up time a little bit here. I get stuck. At this point, we're up 7-2 because we have cleared this area, but I'm looking at this, the Cromwell Berlin, the Matilda, the Jagdpanzer. I'm looking at an unspotted AT-8, and I am not comfortable with this as a win, to believe it or not. We, even though we're now up to 8-3. And the reason why is I'm afraid that our heavies over there are going to get themselves killed. We come up the hill, and Thermo and Alex just obliterate a T-34. We get the Jagdpanzer 4, I hit him once, and then I finish him off. Oh, still in ×2, I'm sorry. And then I call for Alex and Thermo to cap. Alex couldn't make it. He got hit by the AT-8, who is still unspotted. And that was a concern. That gave me even more reason to go ahead and call for us to cap, even though we're up 11-6. I want to win. I don't care about the glory of damage. I want to win the game. And this is how you do it. 2 medium tanks. As soon as Alex was sure he wasn't spotted, he starts to move up. 2 medium tanks on the cap. M6 makes a brilliant move right here. He knows there's an enemy AT-8 out there, and he moves up into a forward position. Any tank that comes that way has got to go through him before they can get to us to reset. Just a maneuver that I did not expect from a player of his caliber. Frankly, I'm trying to be friendly. Alex gets on the cap circle with us. 5 seconds to go. And that's the game. This, if you're doing your decision processing, the OODA loop, properly, you're actually doing it constantly. The number of cycles may vary depending on the class of tank you are and how quickly you cycle through that information. Heavy tanks are slower to move generally than mediums or lights or what have you. SPGs, are in a constant state of target acquisition, determination, etc. But it starts at the very beginning with the right decision to go the right way based on the information that's available to you, and then making observations followed by quick orientations and decisive action, especially in a medium tank. Had that gone south, had we gotten down there and been up against all their heavy tanks, TDs in the background and several mediums, we'd have pulled out and gone somewhere else. Okay? Because at that point, there's no point in us going toe-to-toe with 9 tanks and getting killed. So, anyway, I hope that in addition to just seeing some beautiful medium tank platoon tank play, I hope that really gave you guys some clear ideas as to how OODA is supposed to work. Subscribe for more, like the video, comment, see you next time.